for, well, technical problems, our machine decides to throw us. It just totally dislikes us, so decided to shut down by itself. So that's why the casting went off for a bit. So we are back right now. So once again, immediately moving into the bans and picks for the first game of the day, HQ Esports Club against the Qubo Hunters. So here we will see the bans though from both sides are quite targeted bans.
A very known bans actually to come out from both teams. On the side of AHQ, we have the typical ban against the KL Hunters, Rise, KL, and Shen. And against AHQ, we have the bans Twisted Fate, Elise, and Sona.
Yes, I believe Sona was just so strong at Green Tea that just remove it from him. Definitely.
The crescendo was so well placed from Green Tree, and they do not want to deal with it at all.
So for the picks though coming off from HQ would be, I would say the strongest champion right now for the top lane will be Rumble, because he just performs so well in team fights. He doesn't need to win the lane or snowball that hard. He just to make sure he gets farmed up, and in team fights he'll wreak havoc, destroy everything and anyone.
And also be such a big sponge to soak up so much damage. Rumble has such a good utility in team fights.
From there. And from the side of Qubo Hunters, we do see Janna as a support. Might be a support, you will have to see about that. Javan up top, because I've seen KL Hunters train, they've been playing Janna top actually.
Janna top?
Yeah.
This will be interesting.
I mean, I'm not sure whether you see. Look at the team comp right there. They have the Lulu last pick right there. So we will have to see what happens from the lineup as well as things going for the side of Qubo Hunters. I've been told that they might change who will be playing what role and positions based on the champions they can select. So this is going to be a very exciting match for us. Wow, there's also a swap for the side of HQ. Let's just wait for the countdown to finish up before we move into that. Let's go talk a bit more about the champion selector. For the side of HQ, they have Assassination and Initiation for the team.
Initiation. When you talk about initiation and you have Vi, you have the best initiation you can get.
Yes, unstoppable. And 100% hit, and like now fights Unstoppable Force, it will miss. And on the side of Qubo Hunters though, they have a poke com / disengage capability right there.
All about disengage actually, having the Janna's Monsoon as well as Lulu's ultimate to knock everyone up if you do get targeted. Such a strong
from Nidalee as well as Miss Fortune's ultimate combining with, as you mentioned, with Janna's abilities, is just going to do so much damage from far away. But they need to be very careful. One trash hook or Vi's ultimate charging right in will storm them as well as stop them in their tracks.
We'll see how that works out for them. And now the champions are locked in, their summoner spells are locked in, and we will talk you through it right here. So it looks like you're right. It's going to be the Janna up top. XSF actually switching in the last second to that teleport, giving him that global CC presence, I guess.
Not only that, we will see that it will be tainted once going into the jungle instead. So you'll be using J4 as the jungle in the and the top side will be Janna, mid side Golden, bottom lane going to be standard, Rehorve support, Shawn Walker is the AD carry, and this is going to be a very exciting match for you guys. So before we move on, we're going to go into a short commercial break and then come back more with a review of the runes and masteries as well as what could happen in this upcoming match. Stay tuned.
Let's go.
Go where? I can't see.
Okay, so we chose XSS runes and masteries for you guys to see because I believe you guys are very interested to see a Janna top, and so we flash and teleport picked up right there. And so while the rune page is called testing, so hopefully this is not a test run anymore. It is a match.
So running you right through it, going for the hybrid penetration marks, giving him armor penetration as well as a magic penetration. So his normal attacks will hurt, his abilities will hurt
as well.
It's very offensive pickup actually.
Pickup for the side of the marks, and for the side of the seals, it is going to be flat armor. But in the end, we will see him going for flat 22 AP at the end, with most of it on the glyph sides being flat ability power as well. Oh, but he has 4
What do
magic.
you think about that flat armor instead of getting any magic resist going against the Rumble?
Well, he does have that
Shield.
shield, so to speak. So the flat AP is going to help him up so much more in absorbing damage, and he can push the lane from afar as Janna, so there won't be any problems there. On the side of the Marshes, though, it's going to be very offensive, a 21-0-9 pickup right there.
Allowing him to spam a lot of spells, getting the mana regeneration, as well as having those cooldowns, the summoner cooldowns, especially the teleport on a lower cooldown, will help him so much more in team fights.
Yep, definitely. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup for the side of the top lane. We're going to see Rumble go against Janna, and while Rumble has to go very close to minions to farm, but Janna can just stay in the safe and just clear the creep wave in one shot and be like, I'm safe and sound. I can shield myself if you come close. I'll see people away if you try to dive me.
Yep.
In a very safe and strong position right there.
Another thing I have to mention is KLH going for a very, very defensive team. Having, like we said before, all the disengage. You have not a single ignite on the team. You have 2 barriers, I believe.
Yes.
It's a very, very defensive team right there.
So they're going to be able to heal up with
Italy.
as well as Janna. And the
Yes.
shield, Wild Growth, you could consider Wild Growth as a heal because it instantly boosts your HP up.
Yep.
And then we have the barriers coming out from the AD carry, the AP carry, as well. You could say that Jarvan has his own shield as well, with the nerf from his Demacian standard, no longer giving any armor that buffed up his shield. Instead,
Yes.
the barrier that he provides, that goes on to him. So this is going to be very exciting to see how well KLH plays this off. I see them use it a few times in their 45 rank game trainings, and it turns out quite great and crazy. So let's see whether it will shock and turn the tides against AHQ Esports Club.
A difficult thing for AHQ Esports Club will be to burst down any one of this team. Well, I guess you could try to burst down Lulu support, but that's not really going to help you much.
Yes. I mean,
There's not a single champion that you can actually burst down really quickly with this setup. You have the barriers on the ones that are squishy. You have a huge shield onto Janna,
Yep.
as well as the disengages from 2 champions or 3 champions. It's going to be really difficult for HQ to burst anyone down.
Definitely. And also, they have the, well, as you mentioned, the shield from Janna, the Eye of the Storm. So this is going to be very interesting. Like, no matter what happens, whoever gets aimed on by Vi, who charges in, just give a shield, and it'll be totally fine and healthy after that. So here, the items pickup, though, is going to be most probably there's a double fairy charm, so we will see Unholy Grail being built up after that. Definitely.
Definitely an unholy grail. Being able to spam that all your spells all the time, not as well as not needing a blue buff to sustain.
In the lane,
Yeah.
continuously casting spells, and at the same time, though, we will see very offensive by both teams this game. We can see only in the mid side we will see Shawaka dancing with West Door right there, and while everyone else is really invading into the jungle, no walls being planted. We see a wall planted by HQ right here for Green Tea, and here KLH is just waiting for them to come back. Because I suppose they've studied how HQ starts on the jungle path. Normally they do take the red, take the blue down the blue side, and then move in for the kill on top. So Shinewalker does spot everyone moving, and KLH is just going to disengage from this. But we will see though what is again being planted by the side of HQ to try to spot out anything weird.
A lot of wards actually going down by both of the teams. 3 wards being planted by AHQ, as well as, I believe, 2 from the side of the KL Hunters. The wards from HQ will spot off KL Hunters right there doing their blue buff. So they'll use that to maybe they'll use that for their advantage.
Definitely. So this is going to be interesting stuff. But here we will see Janna trying to steal.
Wow! I think she actually stole.
She saw the
small
three
ones.
small ones, definitely. She do see the 3 CS up there. So a great pickup. And right now we can see that, wow, they're actually going to try to steal the blue buff. And we do see the pings coming down and the traps spotting up Garnet Devil on the side of KLH. So they're most probably going to disengage from me. The Howling Gale comes out once again, pushes everyone around, but forcing Tainted Ones to fall back from this. At the same time, though, top side, we will see Shawaka pick up the blue buff, pushing Prides away, and that's a great pickup for the top lane, dual lane. And here the smite misses from Garnet Devil, but Tainted Ones wasn't close enough to smite it back, to take it back in
Now
his favor.
Tainted One's actually behind in the jungle now. blue buff being stolen by KL Hunters on the side of HQ. So there's a blue buff on both sides. The blue buff will go to Shine Walker though in the top lane, giving him a lot of potential to harass and push the lane as fast as possible. This is what you want to do in a dual lane.
Yep. This is a very great pickup, and for AHQ side, they were still counting the members and seeing what was happening because they saw Janna's Howling Gale, so they know a lane swap might happen because she was at the Waves. At the same time, they moved Rumble to check the brush at the blue side, and he did spot out KLH members, and so that was why all these things happened, and KLH couldn't get a surprise, overall very great surprise technique, and HQ responded quite well.
So now I know why XSF has gone for the armor runes instead of the magic resist. Perhaps they were looking for that lane swap right there, and going against the dual lane, you need the armor to sustain or survive the lane.
Yep, and look at it, up top, just you're seeing anything happening, price has been brought down so low, so quickly right there. Lulu just constantly harassing the Mickey raid, and just a few auto attacks on MF, just poking him down to a little of health left, but he does have 7 more pots, so he will be up and safety by the time the jungle comes in. And here we will see both junglers, oh no, Vi is actually going to fall back from this, but
nope.
Oh,
does cancel the recall, does look to help out his lane here, as well as Tainted Ones is actually coming around to perhaps look for a gank, but they do decide to disengage. Ward does come down from Red Hot Rays to spot out anyone that does come up from the river, but nothing's going to happen right there.
Yep. So here
Tainted One actually looking for a gank into the middle, but Wester will back off, perhaps feeling that a gank might come.
Something was off definitely, so just want to fall back to buy items. And here we do see Gunlever just hiding behind the tower, trying to, well, avoid some pressure up top, clearing the minion waves as fast as possible, and allow Price to get his level 3 as soon as he can. As you can see right there, he's still at level 2, and so much harass coming down onto him, and he's going to be forced to chunk down and consume those pots very quickly in the next minute or so if no one comes up to help him.
It also having the jungler there, if you're a solo person against 2 people, it gives you that breathing room, allowing you to get some minions, get a few minions, and also get the XP. Getting the EXP in the dual lane is really, really tough, and having the jungler there will just make it so much easier.
And here we see the dive go on to XSF. He will flash out in time, so Green Tea almost going down by the tower, so 2 flash wasted right there, and XSF comes out alive from that, and we could see how he was actually playing very cautiously, trying to throw out Howling Gales only to farm, but because he was standing too close and he was caught by Trash, but he will make it out alive, and he still has a teleport though, so he can teleport back to the bottom tower if needed to defend the tower very quickly, to deny the damage onto his tower. And here we do see the teleport coming up, and here he will dodge the death sentence and the Howling Gale as well as the Eye of the Storm onto the tower, negating any more damage falling onto it right there.
Janna doing a great job at using her skill sets to shield the tower, trying to keep it as alive as long as possible, and also having the Howling Gale to disengage from the death sentence. Such a great tool kill to go against a 2 versus 1 right there.
And here we do see, however, on the tower side though, we do see the bottom lane for the side of HQ doing a better job. So HQ wants to defend this tower. So the jungle has come out, Gunlever is up there, but Tainted Ones is there as well. But the ward does spot him up, so we might see an engage happen soon, but nope. Everyone's just pushing around, just hitting onto the tower, and the tower at the bottom lane here on the side of KLH, just 189 health left, but here on the side of HQ is about 888 health, so if top lane KLH does go for the dive, we will see kills and towers taken at the same time.
Yes, we will see that soon. Tainted One does put down his flag to give that extra attack speed right there. The tower does get chunked down by a lot. The smite does get used by Garnet Devil. They do not want to have this tower taken in this
point of time, definitely.
Yes.
Oh, here we do see the bottom side though, the charge coming in from Zen at level 6 is going in for the ultimate. The mark of that happens, he will follow into XSF, but with the shield it will not be enough, and there goes the first blood, and they will take the tower as well. But at the same time, Golden's doing what he does best, he's just going to focus pushing down the mid lane as the top goes down. Here we see Engage coming up top, Tainted Ones dives in right there, knocks out one of the members, but he does not have enough damage or follow-up coming off Shawalker yet, and they will make it out in time because of the overall mobility of Rumble as well as Vi.
Wow, a lot of things happening actually in the first few minutes right there.
So overall,
Janna not having the Monsoon actually in the bottom lane to disengage from Westor. If he had turned level 6, that might have been the turning point where he could have survived that gank.
Definitely.
But he was so close from level 6 because he backed off in that one with that one minion wave, which actually helped It was a good call on AHQ's side to take him down at that point.
Yep. And here we will see though, AHQ also going to take away the blue buff once again from KLH as they know that they have just disengaged and teleported back to base. And here, Garnet Zebra, oh no, it's going to give it to Mr. Abyss. He just came over to ensure that they would take the blue.
Mr. Abyss is actually going to have a lot of lane pushing potential, being able to spam over the Peace over Piltmaker in the lane, pushing the lane as much as possible. He will be a threat in the when pushing.
And pushing. So this is going to be very exciting to see. But here we do see though the lane swap does not happen. Shine Walker and Windhover is going to stay up top. They're going to fight the 2v2 lane. Oh nope, never mind. Here comes Jumper's ultimate to push them away to just clear out the minion waves before it goes home. And the pressure. So this lane swap is a bit weird though, because normally when you break the tower, you want to swap back the lanes, allow the top laners to be able to farm back up, at the same time apply pressure to other towers. But here we will see though, both players from the east side of the team are now going to lane swap. They're just going to continue the pressure, and I believe that AHQ wants to make sure they take the dragon. That is why they don't swap the lane.
That's one point I wanted to point out. Having the dual lane in the bottom lane is very important if you want to have dragon control. Having two people to take care of your dragon is so much better than having just a single person.
And here we will see a flash coming out from West Door right there, from both West Door as well as Center Ones. He tried to knock him out, but the lance actually did not hit.
Nope, it did not hit. He flashed out of that. Great play by West Door right there.
Yeah, so we can also see though items being picked up from both sides of the AD carry being very similar. Well, just that MF doesn't have the boots yet because, well, she has Judge, does not need the boots in the early stage. And here,
as well as you have Lulu with the Whimsy, so he will be sped up if he does need to be.
Definitely. But here though, we do see though the pink ward spotting out the wall from the side of KLH, but Green Tea somehow did not notice it. I'm not sure why. And here they will see they try to dive onto him. They will score the kill right there. Yes, they take the kill, but Golden's falls very low, and here comes Elster Elvis for the cleanup with the Pill over Peacemaker, and they finally clear the ward. So it was a bait, I believe.
It was a support for a AD carry in the end. So it does actually go in the favor of AHQ, and now AHQ having the knowing that the AD carry is missing off KL Hunters, he will take this dragon or try to take this dragon here. The Deathmark does get used onto the Tainted Ones. He will drop very low, and it does pop, and the Pilled over Pacemaker does pick up Lulu from across the wall. Great play by AHQ right there.
Yeah, so AHQ actually making a lot of great plays, picking up everything they can to score into the advantage. And here we will see they're moving on to the mid turret as soon as they take the dragon, because they managed to take 2 kills as well, and a lot of pressure coming off from AHQ, and great plays right there. And so overall in this game right now, I would have to say KLH is very far behind. You can see from the goal difference, because of the 3 kills, the dragon, it is at 2.6k right there. And that is a lot of goal, especially since the carries for the side of HQ is taking up the money. Westdoor with 2 kills, 1 assist, and Caitlyn with 2 kills and 1 assist as well. And this does not bode well for the side of the Qubo Hunters.
Not at all, especially in such an early place, in such an early time. Being behind by so much is going to hurt KL Hunters a lot.
And here we will see the Misfortune up top once again with Lulu going to be able to clear the top wave against Westdoor. While on the mid though, they do a weird swapping where we see Price heading over to the mid as well as together with Vi though, with the help of Garnet and Zever, going to make sure that he stays in the lane. So Janna now in the mid and Nidali swapping down to the bot lane. So wow, a bit of a weird mix-up.
A lot of
up.
swapping around. The meta does not count anymore in this game.
Yes, in this game, I believe both teams are just responding to what's happening. Like KLH, they know what they want. But outside of HQ, they're responding very well to all the decisions as well as choices that KLH has made so far.
Yeah, so what do you think? What will the team fights look like?
Currently, I think that there won't be any more team fights until the next dragon, unless someone gets caught off guard. We can see the map is heavily warded though on the side of for the side of AHQ. You can see how many wards they have planted to make sure that they will spot out the jungle or anywhere the opponent champions travel. On the side of KL Hunters though, it is the same thing, but it's only in the river. It does not go further away into the opponent's jungle, so they will not be able to see Vi until she comes out.
Yes, that's going to be quite a big advantage for AHQ if they do spot anyone switching lanes or perhaps roaming around for the jungle camps. They can catch them off right. Yeah.
You can catch it off, definitely. Cut their pathway off is very important. Like how you want to do a pincer attack, you make sure you score the kill and gain a snowball for your team, especially for the carries where you want to see Misfortune farming right up, trying to catch over Caitlyn with, wow, in about 10, 11 minutes with the Infinity Age already right there. So,
Huge lead
Huge
on
lead.
Caitlyn, yes. HQ actually looking to put on some pressure in the mid lane. We see Vi and Caitlyn and Trash actually grouping around the blue buff once again. The blue buff will go down onto the side of onto the side of HQ once again.
So this does not bode well so far in terms of the buff control or objective control. We can see that KLH is slightly losing out, but overall in the CS though, in the CS department, they are not that far away, so they still have a chance at this. They just need to make sure they keep up or overtake the CS on the side of AHQ, definitely.
Now we can see the Howling Gale, how well it clears the minions for XSF, stopping that tower push as much as possible. Now, KL Hunter is actually looking for an engagement. Tinted Ones does put down the Cataclysm onto Mr. Elvis and will get dropped by the Piltover Peacemaker though. The Monsoon does come out from XSF, which will push disengage and save the rest of his teammates. Garnet Devil dropping actually very, very low. And actually the spear picking him up right there under the tower. Good awareness by Goldens.
Yeah, he came from the side and planted the spear. I did not even notice. I was trying to catch and see where Goldens was on the camera and I missed it right there. So a great pickup. So we will see though they have advantage right now, KLH with the pokes of Nidali and the Howling Gale right there, the knockups, just applying so much pressure onto the side of HQ. And look at that, after the knock-up happened, the spear immediately landed onto Green Tea and that's how they scored that damage as well as the kill earlier. And here we will see the Howling Gales being dished out at the same time though. Once again, Westdoor doing his best at backdooring, so to speak, just pushing the lane even though his team is being pressured up top. After he saw Tainted once, he has moved down to the bot side. He is going to engage on the side of KL Hunters already, and they know about that, so KL Hunters have decided to back off from that.
Yes, great play by the KL Hunters right there, putting down the gold lead to less than 3k now. Now actually perhaps getting back into the game.
Just slightly. And also Golden's mobility as Nidali is just so strong in this game, especially since the towers are taken down. He can traverse from the mid to the top very easily as well. He can pounce, he goes through the brush, gain additional movement speed, and gets covered ground for his team. But they just need to make sure that it's well warded. As you can see, the wards for the both teams right there are starting to expire and the side of KLH. They need to be careful of where they go.
Wester is able to take on the middle tower, right?
Take on the middle tower from KLH once again, and so this will be a one tower lead so far, but the middle tower though will go down very easily, especially since they have the Nidali and the Janna. We saw how they disengaged and pushed people out of the Howling Gale, and then came the spear from Nidali, just chunking AHQ down so quickly.
Yes. Wester actually picking up the blue buff from his own team. XSF still doing a good job at trying to clear the minions that are pushing onto the middle side.
In terms of defending the base, KLH with the lineup will have no problems at all. But the problem is they get caught off guard. If Westdoor manages to charge in or Garnet David does a charge in and get the kill, it will spell havoc for them. As the dragon is going to be up in the next 20 seconds, we will see the next engage and how well KLH can poke with Janna's Howling Gale and the spear of Nidali to chunk them down low enough before they engage for the kill. Definitely.
They have a very, very strong sieging team with this lineup, having those pokes, having the heals, having the disengages. So if they do decide to siege and they miss the engage or they miss siege, they always have the opportunities to disengage.
And look at that. So here we will see the Dragon Beast started on the side of AHQ. Golden's being caught out right there by Westdoor, taking a few hits, but the heal coming up, and wow, they so quickly AHQ already scores the kill onto the Dragon, and here we see Mr. Elvis being knocked up, a lot of damage going down, but because Rumble was there, they are being forced to play very safely and move back to make sure they don't eat the ultimate together. Here we might see a catch go on, but nope, AHQ is just going to totally disengage. They do not want to fight at all.
They got their objective and they just want to get back out. Now KL Hunters are looking to push a little bit of an advantage here, being grouped here. Perhaps trying to push up the mid lane as fast as possible and maybe put some damage onto the middle tower?
I believe they're going to put a lot of damage onto the mid tower, or they can even transfer to the top lane. The top lane minions are pushing, but we will see Garnet Devil moving to defend it with the Honga boots. So they have to decide. I'll use Elvis and QT coming from the side. And look at the Howling Gale right there.
The Howling Gale actually doing a lot of damage onto the West Door. It's a great poking utility there. Descendants does hook onto Shine Walker. She will get knocked up though. Garnet Devil will charge in for Shine Walker. Red Hot Race will get dropped as well as Lulu. and they're still following up the
They're still following up on this fight, and we can see they pick up Tinter once from the side earlier, and then moving on to XFF as well as Shywalker, and in the end, even Golden's fell as well. And we will see most probably a Baron pickup like this.
and that was an ace for the AHQ, and they're probably very surely going to pick up this Baron, an easy Baron right here.
Yep, they have Vice Denting Blows, they have the Blade of the Rune King on the side of Zed, and the Infinity Edge coming up from Mr. Elvis, and look at the Baron go down so quickly, so fast, and this will be, well, the third large objective secured by the side of HQ, taking out the Baron.
2 dragons and 1 Baron. HQ looking very, very strong right now, now in a very demanding lead.
I think Shywalker, it was very well warded though at the side, but Shywalker did not notice Trash coming in. I'm not sure why though, he got hooked and that cost his entire team to...
Yep, the death sentence.
Yes, the death sentence came from there. Wow.
Very impressive play actually, but very impressive hook by Green Tea.
So here we will see though finally KLH managing to take their own first blue buff, giving it to Goldens. But here, at this point of time, in 18 minutes, we will see an 8k gold difference. And this is going to be very tough on the side of KLH. They are currently unable to fully utilize their composition. They have not been successfully poking down the opponents before they got engaged on or get caught, so to speak, so they couldn't win fights overall.
Now, the thing about having a poking composition against a all-in Vi and Z composition is that if you lose like this, and the poking composition will just not work anymore because the all-in composition will just go all-in onto you, decimate the whole enemy team, and that will be it for you.
Especially
There's no more sieging for you.
Especially if they have the advantage, they have nothing to lose, they can just dive right in. Caitlyn with the Phantom Dancer and Infinity Edge so far ahead. And here we will see MF using the blue time just to clear the creep wave to give the team some breathing space as Janna went back to base to purchase some items. We will see though a bit of weird pickups coming up, but going most probably going to max for cooldown reduction very soon. We might see an Athene's Unholy Grail as well as the Liagi's Torment built up onto Janna.
West are actually putting a lot of pressure onto the top. XSF actually trying to defend it, but will do it. Will clear the minion wave pretty fast. Wester will head down to the bottom lane. Will put a lot of damage onto Red Hot Raze. Golden's just trying to heal it up there. We have the heals that we were talking about, but I don't think it will be strong enough for the side of KL Hunters. The middle tower should be going down on for AHQ right there.
So one's getting hooked right there. We will see Green Tea go in, the Flay coming back up, pushing back in, but the wild growth from Lulu. Great disengage right there because Zed wasn't there to go in all in for the kill, so they had to fall back from there. So a great save, but well, we could see that how well Green Tea was aiming for those hooks. He waited for the correct timing to land his hooks over the wall, and he charged right in to secure the kill.
Golden's actually will get the death mark onto himself and get bursted down immediately by Pridis and Westor.
A great pickup right there, but here we see Tito was not sure why he went in though for the engage. We will see him being knocked down, and the Rumbus Equalizer comes down. Look at the damage being dealt right there, and they're being forced. KLH is forced to disengage and fall back to heal. And look at that, HQ's members also healthy except for Price, and they're going to be able to take this tower no problem at all.
And both disengages actually used now on the side of KL Hunters. And the hook will come back from Green Tea onto Shinewalker, and Shinewalker will drop in an instant right
there. He did right on that what happened at that point of time. We did see though, Shywalker was actually in a very safe position.
Yes,
he did not expect Green Tea to flash in flail and the box, instantly stopping him from doing anything and just crush him right there. You know, normally we'll see Trash coming from a far range hook instead of a far range, going in for the flay. But this time, because well, Shywalker was caught unaware of it, he was thinking, I'm going to be firing this distance. Once you let go, you don't see it coming, you're caught.
Yep, you're caught right away. Now, HQ putting up the gold to almost 10k gold, looking very strong. The Baron buff is still on to the members of AHQ. With the Baron buff, they themselves have a very strong sieging potential as well, because you have the health regeneration, you have the attack extra damage, and as well as the mana regeneration, I believe, giving them a lot of sieging potential.
So here on side of pickup once again, Westdoor getting the blue buff, and once again, this is going to be a very hard game for KLH to make a comeback. You have a poke com. If your all-in com is winning over you, they have a goal advantage, they have item advantage. It's going to be very hard to come back from this because you won't have enough damage, or the opponents won't be afraid of you at all. They'll just charge all into your face before you can even land maybe 3 pokes. Maybe 1 poke is...
Not even that.
Yeah.
They will just charge right in once they see you, once they catch you off guard. And now the third Baron does get picked up by AHQ and free an easy dragon for them.
The third dragon being picked up right there, so the dragon is just killed, so the Baron is going to spawn in the next 2 minutes and 20 seconds or so. We will see AHQ. They might wait for the Baron before they charge out in onto the fights, but they'll continue their siege as well as pressure onto the towers. Definitely.
A lot of gold actually on the side of KL, on AHQ.
Yeah, once again, Green Tea chokes. So this time, Red Hot Race knows that something might happen. He plants the wall over the wall instantly. So, but the presence though of Green Tea standing behind the wall is forcing KLH to fall back. Because once that death sentence land, it's like GG. And
oh, and there the death sentence actually hooks, but there won't be any follow-up from the side of AHQ.
No one was there to no one was there for the follow-up. Zed was not there, Granite Demon was not there, but they did not want to dive in yet. But they just applied more pressure.
Shamrock actually using the bullet time to clear the minion wave.
They have no choice to do that because if they don't clear as fast as possible, they won't have people to be able to move up to defend other lanes, especially since the top lane inhibitor is been taken down. They really need to clear every single lane's minion wave as fast as possible, so that when it comes to the fights, even though bullet time is down, they will still have the AD carry there or all members there for the fight, which they definitely cannot win a 4v5. With an astonishing 12k gold difference, look at that. Mr. Elb is just going to tank his right there with the lantern shielding coming up. Look at the damage he's pounding onto Jarvan.
The critical strikes onto the tank of the KL Hunters. So much damage coming out right there.
He has the Ninja Tabi, Loki of Iron Solari, but it's just not going to be enough. And here we will see though, topside pushing in, Zed applying the pressure, and here mid lane though HQ will just be able to take this freely. They're just being very cautious, making sure no one gets caught, and they're going to fall back from this. And Mr. Abel is clicking on the lantern, it's just to fall back and be safe.
I thought that was a really long caliber net actually. I was like, what? That was a long caliber net, and then you mentioned it was a lantern.
Oh, it was a lantern, definitely.
And Blue Buff actually being taken by Mr. Abels once again. This is actually the 4th Blue Buff, I believe.
I believe it's the 4th Blue Buff that spawned out, but
that they got.
The 3rd one they got, maybe. Wow, there's a lot of...
I think this is 5th Blue Buff, and they got 4. So great buff control by HQ, having those timers up. And as well, Baron is spawned now. They did go back and buy. You can see a lot of wards onto the side of AHQ. They do want to have this Baron.
Yep. And if you look at the gold difference for the top lane side, it's about 800 gold. For the jungle, we will see an astonishing 3k difference because of the objectives as well as the overall kills and assists happening for the team. It's just pushing Guardian Devil into such a strong position. We're still engaged coming up. Death Sentence catching onto Jarvan. And look at that. Guardian Devil going to charge right into Tinder once the ultimate comes out from Caitlyn, and there's nowhere for this poor Jarvan to go. But no, Wall Growth will save him in the end, and the Glitter Lens coming out to slow him down.
But the Equalizer comes down.
Still
not drop, but he will drop in that second. XSF actually does get caught out by Westor, will go down in a second, and that will be a double kill for Westor. Great job by HQ, actually baiting that Baron out, getting Tinter once caught, and now this should be the game for them.
So we will see them apply the pressure as all the wards are being planted right there to make sure that the auto attacks for champions are wasted on it. So here, Shawalker doing everything he can with the blue time to slow down the opponents as well as apply some pressure to force them to fall back, but it's definitely not going to be enough. Here we will see though Golden's trying to do as much as he can, but it's just not.
So Victory still looking to get this Baron, probably want to make sure they get this win down safely. They do not want to give any opportunities to KLH to come back from here.
So here we will see the Baron pick up right there from the side of HQ. Well, LB just shooting over the wall, even though the first side is the opponent, but he's in a very safe and strong position. So they're going to go back and buy. So we're actually going to go through a short, quick replay on what happened. So we're going to move right into the replay to take a quick look at it of the fight while Tinder once got caught. So here we will see that sentence coming out, catching onto Tinder once, and he will jump away, but look at that, the fall off from Vice ultimate just stopping him. And if you notice at the same time, the map Z is traveling from the lower area, and there is here where Tinder once get caught. Z coming in through the side will spot XSF at this point of time. He will charge right in, instantly going for the kill right there. Look at the amount of damage.
So much damage coming out, even before the death mark pops. XFF will die, will take so much damage, and the death marks will just finish it off right there.
And here picking up over all the 3 kills right there. So great play from the side of AHQ. Great play. So here coming back, but he had the flash and bury it away, and the monsoon coming up, pushing everything away, healing him up, and Golden's charging a bit too far, trying to kill Mr. Elvis. It will be taken down by Gunner's Devil overall CC, and well, Green Tea's the box with the hook coming right in, just catching the entire team.
Great box right there, and the ultimate from Caitlyn will come out. Flash will be used by Pridus. The death mark comes out once again, and Jarvan will get dropped right there. And this should be game 4 AHQ in a huge demanding lead.
28k goal lead right there, and in 27 minutes, and that is the game overall. Wow. So give us a moment. We just see whether we can prepare the replay. Oh no, it's okay. It's fine. I think
We should be fine.
yeah. So we're going to move right into the score screen first, and we're going to give you an overview of what happened in the overall game. That happened just now. Sorry, a bit hiccup on the start of replay. It's a new function we've implemented, so we're trying.
Still playing around with it. We're trying to make it work.
We're trying very hard to make it work. So please be patient with us. So right now, we're going to move into the score screen and take a closer look at what happened in that game. Astonishing 20 kills and 2 deaths for the side of HQ, and 45 assists, winning almost every. Well, okay, they won every single team fight.
Yes.
Actually, in that game.
Every single team fight. HQ doing a great job at the lane swaps. Actually doing a great, having the swapping the lanes prospectively to make it go in their favor instead of the favor of KL Hunters.
Yep.
KL Hunters did look for the lane swap in the early game, putting the Janna against the dual lane, but that did not hurt AHQ at all. Janna lost the tower before Rumble did, and from there on outwards, it kinda got really messy.
I would say that the part where it got messy was how, when they chose to engage onto Green Tea just now as a support, he was baiting them. He had the ping one planted down, but he was just standing right there. And he baited 3 kills. Was like 1 for 2, right? 1 for 2 exchange, and they took the dragon from there, and everything just started to snowball from there.
Was dragons, not a single dragon did go to KL Hunters. HQ having such a strong objective control, and not especially with the blue buffs. The blue buffs were really important on the sides of the KL Hunters. Nidalee needs the blue buff. Janna could really use the blue buff, but not only a single one has gone to KL Hunters.
Well, they stole one from the opponent in the beginning, and their own buff came to them one time only. They couldn't secure their own objectives. So definitely a great play on the side of HQ, and great think up and lineup being prepared by the side of Qubo Hunters, but HQ had all the answers to it. They were not afraid of it at all, definitely.
It would have been really interesting to see what it would look like if KL Hunters were winning.
Yeah, definitely more.
It would have been really interesting to see how that turned out.
It was a shield call mixed with a poke composition, actually all together, 2 in 1. But in the end, because the all-in com, it is a counter to the poke com if they do snowball better, and that's just what happened.
Yep.